I can only say this about me, which is that I was so afraid of failing that I know that I would have kept going until someone physically prevented me. And so Phil Knight tells the story in Shoe Dog where he says, you're not out of business when your bank account runs out. He said, you're out of business when you have padlocks on your door and people physically stop you from doing work. The main point of this is that the rules society pretends to have, they are made up. Until someone physically restrains you from working, you can keep going. The vast majority of people stop because of perceived failure in their mind. And I love this quote by Jocko Willink. He said, all failure besides death is psychological. It's literally made up stakes with made up goal lines that we decide that we fell short of. But we were the ones who decided where to draw the line. And so to the same degree to that young man who quit sales early in the career because he wanted to find something he's passionate about. The reality is that it doesn't matter what path he chooses to take, all of them will include tons of stuff that he will hate doing and that he will have to keep doing for extended periods of time. And that in the pain of having to do these repeated things that you are not enjoying, what do you think you do? You try and figure out better ways to do them so that you hate them less. And what do you think that is? It's called getting better. The skill deficiency that you might have and that this young man might have, that many people have, is something called frustration tolerance. It's the number of times that you can be rejected and try again. And here's the best part. It's learnable, which means it's a skill. So let me give you an example. So think of the guy at the club who tries to make out with every girl. In romance, very cringy. Do not do that. But in business, if no one knows how many times you go up to the next door and you knock on the next thing or you send the next email, you're bound to find an opportunity, which the reason the guy in the club still does that is because when he does it, eventually a door opens. He wouldn't keep doing it if it didn't, as cringy as that may sound. But one of the early lessons that I wish someone had told me, and I want to transfer it to you now, is that when you start, you will be cringy as fuck. You will be awkward. You will be weird. People will look at you. The people you're friends with, people you're dating, hopefully not for long, will make you feel like you're being not cool. And the reality is they're right. Because when you start, you will suck and you will have no reputation. You will have no track record. And is that a reason to not do it? If you're a loser, yes. Because it means that you care more about their disappointment in you than your own disappointment in you. And some people never care enough about their own opinion that they let everyone else's opinions literally rule the rest of their lives. And these are people who won't even be at your funeral. People who you went to high school with, people you went to college with, people that you're coworkers. You know there's probably right now in your head, you're like, oh, what would other people say? There's probably only 3 people whose opinions you actually care about. It might even just be one. And if you can stop saying other people or thinking about this vagueness of it and get really specific and say, what's the name of the person? Whose actual voice am I hearing? If you then just get to ask the question, is this person's opinion of how I live my life going to be the most important thing that I spend the next 80 years listening to? If the answer is yes, then more power to you. But I don't know about you. I wouldn't want the one voice that I'm listening to for the rest of my life be some random dude that I worked with, or my uncle that said something, or my dad, or my mom, or your sister, whatever. Because the only real voice that you actually have to listen to that's not made up is yours.